Hello YouTube, this is Queen Violet 8, where it's good to be queen, coming to you with another video of hauls and a few things to inform you of about the 3DS shop. So if you're still on the 3DS shop, you'll notice today that if you're trying to do the badge arcade, you have to pay for that now. It is no longer free every day to pick badges and decorate your screen of your 3DS anymore. Oh, the end is near, people. The end is near. But let me go ahead and get on to my haul. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was a book I had forgotten that I had. And it's a very old book. And I think anybody who likes Aesop Fables or Brothers Grimm would love this. This is called The Fawn and the Woodcutter's Daughter. And it is by Barbara Leon Picard. And it has some wonderful fairy tales in here if you like to read that kind of stuff. My favorite ones are Duke Roland's Quest. That's my favorite one. Pretty much the premises of it is Duke Roland is a very cowardly guy, but he's rich and has everything in the world, but he's too scary. And there's this girl he likes, and he's like, I want to marry you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, man, you too much of a coward. So she decides to test him. I hate it when she tested him. She took a bracelet off her arm, threw it into the fire, and told him, get me my bracelet. And he was too scared to do it. Because he was scared of fire, he was scared of heights, he was scared of riding his horse way too fast, and it was just something. But the one thing that he did, he was like, he really wanted to marry, so he went off to see this wise man at the end of town, and he was like, you got to tell me where I can find bravery. And the old man's like, okay, you know how they are. So he sends him on all these quests to climb, to swim, to do all the things he's scared of. And he goes and does it. And so at the end, he's like, I didn't find bravery. I didn't find courage is what he asked for. And he said, well, it's in your heart. He was like, oh, you mean I need to cut out my chest? What is it going to do to me if I'm dead? And the old man said, no, not that. He says, it's in you now. Say, you're brave now. You have courage. So he goes back to confess to the girl again, who's, everybody thinks she's beautiful. She's all that. And she's really, too into herself, you ask me. And I'm glad about what he did at the end. But pretty much, he looked at her. She was like, oh, really? She scoffed at him like, oh, right. You've been a coward all your life. Suddenly, you're not cowardly anymore. So once again, she tests him. This time, she throws, I think it was a silver bracelet into the fire. And he looked at her real good. Like, why am I putting up with this woman? And he stoops down, gets the bracelet, drops it at her feet, walks out. And then she was like, oh, I messed up. I done lost out on him now. But these are really wonderful stories. They have really pretty illustrations, like Duke Roland and all. These are older books. The only reason I have this is because I got this in middle school. And at the end of the year, they would go through the library and they would check, the books that hadn't been really checked out or looked at. And they would just throw them away, which I hated. But, I didn't have any room for books or things in my house because my mother threw my entire Beverly Clearly hardcover editions. I mean, Henry and the Paper Route, Beezus and Ramona away because she was like, you don't have any room for all these books. But I grabbed this one and it's wonderful. I think you can still find it on eBay, but it's only hardcover. She never did paperback. I wish she had. More people would be able to find them, but I think the lowest I saw was $20. But it's really well worth it. Another one that I like is The Third Witch. It's really good. It's heartbreaking in the end, but you'll like them. I promise you. It's really worth reading. But I just wanted to drop that in on you if you want it reads, things like that. I had to pick up Ed, Edd n Eddy, the complete series. Snake in the Grass Ed Boys. I'm crazy about Rolf. That's my dude. So I had to have this when I saw it, because they had it for the 30th Cartoon Network anniversary. And I was like, I better get that before I can't find it. But really good. I love hearing the Spanish version of these. It's hilarious. Then I picked up Invader Zim, Progressive Stupidity. This is the one with my favorite episodes, Balonius Maximus and Vampire Piggy Hunter. It's pretty much based on the Dreamcast. They said it was based on the Dreamcast launch night where everybody and mother was at the mall. And Gas is the one wanting the game slave. But you've got to listen to this in Spanish. I mean, they really did a good job picking Spanish voice actors. I also had to grab Airmaster. I have this on the original Japanese. Airmaster 1. There were only 3 released in English. 2 and Air Master 3. This was the last one they did. And the only reason I got these is because I wanted to hear what they would sound like in English. The dubbing is horrible. Horrible. But it's so horrible, it's hilarious. It's just too funny not to listen to how bad this sounds. But it's a real interesting series. It's pretty much about this girl. She used to be the top gymnast in the world, and her mother was a coach. And when her mother died, she had no get up, no focus. She didn't know what she wanted to do. So pretty much she started street fighting, and they named her the Air Master. This is by the same man who does the manga Violent Jack. I'm going to go ahead and get into my games, and then I'm going to talk about Harlock. I know you see the book in the back, and it's kind of sad, but Leiji Matsumoto passed away last month, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh, my word. I picked up this one. This is The Legend of Korra, A New Era Begins. This is a strategy RPG, kind of action RPG. If you're an Avatar fan, it's pretty good, actually. Activision did it. You can still find some 3DS games cheap. I'm not going to say all of them are, because many of them are going up. But when I heard about them they're talking about releasing Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse onto Switch, I'm like, I want a physical copy. I picked this up. This is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Oh, I was lucky to get my hands on this for a lower price than what everybody else was wanting it. I think I paid like $30 for it, which is good because many other people want like $60 and up. But I was glad to get this because I know this is going to go up instantly. I say get it while you can. Real good game, by the way. Beautiful artwork. I love Vanillaware. Scott Pilgrim, The World, the game. I had to pick this up. I knew I wanted it. It's getting harder to find this under $25 sometimes on eBay. Used to be you could walk into like Best Buy and they'd have it. But they haven't had it here lately. And I'm beginning to notice that I don't see as many Switch copies as I do PS4. Wonderful game. You know I'm rocking that vinyl soundtrack. Really great game. So very River City Girls, which I'm still playing right now. Hilarious. Really. Then I made sure to get this one. This is one. Buy yours from PlayAsia. Don't make the mistake of what I did. But even if you get it from PlayAsia, you got to pay like $10 shipping, even though it's a $50 game. So it's $60. But if you can get it from PlayAsia, do that instead. This is Grandia, the HD collection. I have never played the first Grandia. I keep meaning to, and it keeps slipping my mind. But I played the second one all the way through. And there's a jump scare in the second one that tripped me out. And I absolutely love the second game because the moment you get into the game and he's supposed to be Ryudo, I think his name is taking the Holy Maiden or whatever she is to the shrine. And they stop somewhere at a bar and he's asking a few questions. And there's this bowl of berries on the counter. And I laugh about this all the time. And so she starts eating them not knowing what they are. And she was like, man, these berries are good. He's like, oh, yeah, the locals chew on them. Makes the corners round, if you know what I mean. She got drunk, but it was funny. But it's a really good game. The soundtrack was wonderful on Grandia. I have it on the Dreamcast. That's how I beat it. And it came with the soundtrack. Another game that's going up is this one. This is Soul Hackers 2. I got the PlayStation 4 version. They had like 13 copies of this. And I was like, I'll wait. Next thing I know, it was only 8. I was like, dang. So I went ahead and bought it. It was like $38. So I went ahead and got it brand new. Comes with the cards. Real pretty, by the way. I really like that. They're holographic. But yeah, had to make sure to grab that one because I know once it gets down, you're not going to find it new anymore. Then I picked up Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. This is kind of like a point and click where you have to find these spirits. You're like a junior detective. You're in school and all this stuff, and you're going through with the Ghost Hunters Club. It's interesting. Then I picked up Natural Doctrine. This game right here, I don't understand the mechanics of the system, the attack system and stuff. It's just a whole lot of connecting lines to different things. It's very convoluted. I mean, they could have made the attacking system and just in general so much simpler. But it was really just, I played it for a little while and I put it down. I was like, good grief, this is almost as bad as Record of Argus War. Because you've got to connect everything, for you to get an attack off. And I was like, ugh, no, ain't for me. But I noticed this game used to be, you could get this game for $10. It's going 20 now. So if you want to get it, you know, cheap right now, go ahead. Crap. Dropped everything, y'all. Sorry. Oh, me. Right down on the floor. Good grief. Thought I had them. Oh, well. That's okay. Then sorry about that. Then I picked up Trails of Cold Steel 4. This is the last Trails of Cold Steel. And I was lucky to get it because this game is going up as well. The PlayStation 4 version is going up. The Switch, you can't find nowhere under, you know, a certain amount. I think I gave 70 for this because I wanted it that bad. This is the final game. You know you're going to need it to finish out the series. Wonderful series, by the way. Then I'm going to get into Captain Harlock and Leiji Matsumoto. I absolutely love Leiji Matsumoto. I watched Galaxy Express 999 a lot. Queen Emeraldus, you know I adore her. But Harlock was my first time ever seeing anything by him. And I had picked this up. Space Pirate Harlock, the conception art. This is for the 2013 film. And it doesn't do a lot of character art in it. I hate that. But they said Leiji, you know, they did a whole lot of like blueprints of machines and things like that. I really wish they would have done more for the characters. But I love Harlock. He's just a manly man. He's always been cool like that. I also picked up the manga 1 through 5. This is the Dimensional Voyage. And I'm going to tell you, this is the best one. This is the one with the Maison. This is the first time you see him is in this series. Is the Dimensional Voyage. Really great book. I've watched the series. Loved it. I still have my Youth in Arcadia VHS tape. And every once in a while, I mean, look at that artwork. This is not Leiji's work. This is someone that studied under him. But still, it's the thought that, you know, these characters were made by that man who had so many incredible, you know, characters and worlds that he had built. And, you know, it's sad, you know, we're losing many of our incredible artists, you know, really. They need more credit. They really do. And then I'm going to talk about, you know, I've been trying to draw my YouTubers. And I was drawing Happy Console Gamer. And this is the Derwent. Is this Derwent or Grumbacher? I'm trying to think. Daler Rowley, excuse me. This is just the sketchbook. And I thought for sure that it would take pencil. It doesn't. I had lined them out with pencil and I was going through to erase. And it just started smudging on me real bad. And I said, well, I'm going to redraw him and Kim again, because I don't like how this ended up. I probably won't be using this sketchbook anymore unless it's just a doodle or just to scribble something in or write, because it can't hold pencil. And I'm one of those people that outlines everything and then you know, inks over it. But I still think they came out pretty good. I just hate that it was, you know, smeared like it did. And then I got an order from AliExpress. These are called Deco. This is called Deco Tape. And this is the coffee one. It's real cute. It looks kind of like Starbucks. And it's really, really neat. And then I got this little owl. Real cute. Took a while to get to me. But I got it from AliExpress. And what it is tape. But you get this clear tape. And you have just these little owls going across it. Or you have these little coffees and frappuccinos and coffee beans going across. I thought that was really, really cute. So I grabbed those, but I will be redrawing Johnny and Kim. I'm going to be redrawing a lot of people. I was not pleased with how that looked. But I hope that you're well out there. I hope that you're getting all those 3DS games that you want to get. Oh, one more thing about that R4 card. Turns out you need something called a Sky card. I had my guy on Etsy. Jeremy, real nice guy. He tried to put it on the card that I had, the gold one. It said 3DS, but it actually does not work for putting any 3DS games on it. So you can send your 3DSs to be modded and have everything put on it that way. But I don't have an extra 3DS, so I'm not going to take that chance. But, you know, just get what you can. You know, I hate that it's being phased out. I mean, Monday's the last day, y'all. It's kind of sad. But stay safe out there. Later days.